On our third day, we traveled from Killarney to the village of Blarney in County Cork. Blarney is the home of Blarney Castle and the Blarney Woolen Mills. Blarney Castle is probably best known as the location of the Blarney Stone. It is said that kissing the Blarney Stone gives a person the gift of eloquence, or as the locals call it, the gift of gab. The world-famous Blarney Stone is situated high up in the battlements of the castle. The stone is believed to be half of the Stone of Scone, which originally belonged to Scotland. Scottish kings were crowned over the stone because it was believed to have special powers. The stone was given to Cormac McCarthy by Robert the Bruce in 1314 in return for his support in the Battle of Bannockburn. Queen Elizabeth I wanted Irish chiefs to agree to occupy their lands under title from her. Cormac Teague McCarthy, the Lord of Blarney, handled every royal request with subtle diplomacy, promising loyalty to the Queen without giving in. Elizabeth proclaimed that McCarthy was giving her a lot of Blarney, thus giving rise to the legend. After spending a couple of hours in Blarney, shopping at the woolen mills and enjoying lunch, we continued on our way. In the southeast corner of Ireland lies the city of Waterford. This city is the home to the manufacture of world-renowned Waterford Crystal. We had the opportunity to tour the Waterford Crystal factory. The first step in creating fine crystal is making the mold. Most of the molds at Waterford are metal and can stand the extreme temperatures of the molten crystal. Some of the molds, however, for very limited or one-of-a-kind items, are actually made of wood. Nothing compares with the atmosphere of the furnace room. In front of our eyes, we saw red-hot molten crystal take shape. The craftspeople were meticulous, and we watched as they transformed glowing balls of molten crystal into elegant shapes. To maintain the impeccable standards built up over 2 centuries, there are quality control checks throughout the manufacturing process. If at any stage a flaw is detected or an inaccurate cut is found, the piece is destroyed. The most effective quality control is money. The crystal blowers get paid by the piece. If the piece is destroyed due to an imperfection, the blower doesn't get paid for the piece. From the furnace room, we move to the cutting shops. Here the atmosphere changes from the roar of the furnace to the whir of the diamond-tipped cutting wheels. Pieces are first marked with a grid pattern. Teams of cutters work on each piece, the largest of which will be several days going through the cutting processes. The deep, intricate wedge patterns are cut against diamond-tipped wheels following the geometric guide which was earlier marked onto the crystal.
What I'm going to do is to show how we go about working on stemware. There are no markings, so it's freestyle cutting. The wheel I'm using is a rough industrial diamond wheel. So the first cut just gives me the depth that I'm going to work at. So what I'm doing is to focus on the center of this to help me keep the accuracy as I cut around the stem. So by using the same movement and pressure, what I'm trying to achieve is to put 6 cuts of equal size to begin with. And at that stage, more or less 6 even sides there. You can see the waste crystal being taken away now by the water. So there's very little actually coming back against me there. So I'm following on from those to maintain the accuracy. you can see it's starting to take shape. Okay? Now you can see how grey and sandy the effect is. You can't see through the piece. So we take a second wheel and go back over all of this again. The second wheel is really where accuracy comes in. So it's a very slow process. Because the smoother the wheel, the more control I have when working with this. To work on the bowl of the crystal, I'm working slightly higher up with it. Just two small cuts to begin with. And by cutting two more through those, I can change the shape to sort of a diamond or flower pattern. Now I've actually years, so in that time I've worked on all our patterns, from stemware right through to sports trophies and the various different types of chandeliers. So over a number of years you're acquiring the skills. It's then about having the confidence to take a drawing from a design team and to go put that design on a one-off trophy.
Over the decades, a huge variety of pieces have been created in a myriad of themes and styles engraved by Waterford's master craftspeople here in the world's largest copper wheel engraving department. To become a master engraver takes 10 years, and the people of Waterford continue to attend classes in art school to refresh and renew their concepts. The Waterford engravers have recently completed a studio line collection of pieces, each representing a favorite theme of the engraver, which he will personally sign before it leaves the factory. The sculpting department is a wonderful example of craft and perfection. Here, craftspeople often work from a solid block of crystal to create specially commissioned pieces that serve as trophies or presentation pieces for sporting or other commemorative events. Waterford crystal is highly treasured throughout the world, and you can easily see why. After our tour of the Waterford Crystal Factory, we continued on to our hotel, which was the prestigious Faith Lake House Hotel and Golf Club. That evening, a number of us journeyed south to the town of Dunmore East, where we went to an 18th century Irish pub for an evening of camaraderie, Irish music, and song.
But small nations might be free. Or those who died at Easter time, the springtime of the light. I needn't say I love it there for me, and I shall heed those songs you tread above me, and o'er my grave will warmer sweeter be, till you will bend and tell me that you love me, and I shall sleep in peace until you come to me.
He came over the hill, down through the valley so shady. He whistled and sang till the greenwoods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. Oh, audie-doo, da day, audie-doo, day. He whistled and sang till the greenwoods rang, and he